Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Quick little video here to address Eduardo's question. So this is also a really frequently asked question, basically regarding muscle imbalances. And so Eduardo's specific question is as follows. I have a question about muscle imbalances. In order to correct that, is it just about doing unilateral exercises? Also, what if one arm can do 15 reps, but the other can only do 10 reps? Should I still do 15 and 10? Or should I do 10 and 10? So addressing muscle imbalances is absolutely crucial to develop a symmetrical physique. So obviously, as you guys can tell by this quick little graph here, you can tell that one side of the bicep is obviously a lot bigger than the other, and you definitely don't want to find yourself in a situation, especially the more experienced you get, where you have like these crazy imbalances. Because as you first start your fitness journey, it's actually really common, and it's totally normal to have stronger sides than the other. Because when I first got into fitness, I would say I'm more right hand dominant, so I definitely noticed that my right arm was just a lot stronger than my left arm, whether it came to like bicep curls, even on like the bench press, for example. Like when I was trying to like get the weight up the last couple reps, I noticed that like the right side would like go a bit higher, and then the left side would like kind of like struggle to like catch up, right? And so just know that, especially as you start out your fitness journey, muscle imbalances are super normal and honestly to be expected. Because especially if you play sports, right? Like I assume that if you play soccer all the time, you obviously kick on your right foot. Like if you're right-footed, you kick on your right foot all the time. So it makes sense for one side of your foot to be stronger than the other. So just know that. But it is absolutely crucial to, again, for your overall strength, for your stability, and then also, most importantly, to prevent any injuries from potentially happening if your muscles are kind of imbalanced, right? So while unilateral exercises can certainly be beneficial in correcting these imbalances, they're not the only way, or they're not the only solution. So here are some actionable tips and strategies to help you correct your muscle imbalances. So not just for you, Eduardo, but for everyone else that is listening. So yes, the first thing here is unilateral exercises. So incorporating unilateral exercises, which again are exercises that you do one side at a time. So instead of doing like barbell curls, where you do curls both at the same time, do like dumbbell curls. So you do one arm at the same time. Even like any dumbbell exercise, really. Even if you do the bench press, for example, so instead of using a barbell, just using a dumbbell, you can still press them at the same time, but this can both work each pec unilaterally in isolation, right? So those incorporating exercises like those can definitely be beneficial to ensure that each side of your body works independently, right? So instead of using barbells, use dumbbells. This can include exercises like single leg squats, lunges, single arm rows, single arm shoulder presses, single arm curls, obviously. So focus on maintaining proper form and balance on each side. And so here's another thing as well to address the second part of the question. If one arm can do 15 reps and the other can only do 10, should I do 15 and 10 or 10 and 10? So that's a great question. So when it comes to that specifically, I would always prioritize the weaker side during your workouts and during training first by starting with exercises that target that side. So if you notice that your right arm is a lot stronger than your left arm, don't start with your dominant right arm. Start your set with your weaker arm. So let's say you do single arm curls, for example, or even if you do them unilaterally, start with your weaker side first and then do the stronger side. Because basically you want to give your weaker side the most energy and the most attention, because if you start with your stronger side first, it's like, yeah, you can really easily find yourself in a situation where you do like 20 reps on your right arm, and then now that you're not only super tired, now that you go over to your weaker arm, you may notice that because you're so tired now and because it's your weaker arm, now you can only get like 10 reps, for example. And it's like, obviously now in that specific situation, you are quite literally making your more dominant arm stronger and your less dominant arm, like your weaker arm, literally, like, I won't say weaker, but like not as strong. Like you're putting it at a huge disadvantage there. Whereas if you give your weaker arm your main priority and your main focus and the most of your energy by doing it first while you're the freshest in the set, right? And then afterwards you do your more dominant arm, you may actually notice that it's actually not only easier to match sets, per kind of like muscle group, it also just gives you more energy to actually allocate towards the weaker side. So let's say, same example, bicep curls, you start with your weaker side first, and maybe you're able to get 12 reps I was like, okay, so whatever I did on my weaker side, let me try to match that with my more dominant side. So I got 12 reps on my weaker side. So now all I have to do is on my more dominant side, after that set is done, let me try to get 12 reps on this one. And so what you'll notice is that by actually starting with your weaker side, it actually allows your weaker sides to catch up to your more dominant side. So yes, try your best to match the reps you do on your, I guess, weaker sides to your dominant side, or with your dominant side to the weaker side. And that is why I want you guys to start with the weaker side first. Two, this also ensures that you're not overcompensating with the stronger side and allows the weaker sides to catch up, basically, right? And then also try to really improve your mind-muscle connection. So again, this is going to be more difficult. I personally have a better, stronger mind-muscle connection with my right bicep than I do with my left bicep. But the way that I will be fixing that over time, and that I have been fixing this over time, is by starting with my left arm first and then doing my right arm, right? So again, mind-muscle connection is simply just like feeling the muscle, right? And for most beginners, you have no mind-muscle connection because you have no muscle, right? Whereas the stronger you get, the more advanced you get, the more of a muscle you'll develop. And especially if you lift in front of a mirror. So if you look at yourself in a mirror while doing bicep curls or lateral raises, for example, or shoulder presses, by actually looking at yourself in a mirror, you can actually it kind of helps with the mind-muscle connection as well, right? Because you can actually visually see yourself do the exercise, which just makes it easier to actually feel the exercise as well. Or if you try to look at your biceps as you do it, it's okay, I can see my bicep, I can see it being worked, and I can actually feel it as well, right? So concentrate on establishing a strong mind-muscle connection with the weaker sides during the exercises, and yeah, visualize the muscle working and focus on contracting it fully throughout the movement. So big stretch at the bottom, big squeeze at the top. And then last thing here is progressive overload. So when faced with a discrepancy in reps between sides, I generally do recommend to match the number of reps to the weaker side. So over time, aim to increase the reps on the weaker side until it catches up with the stronger side, which I kind of touched on over here as well, right? With the symmetry training. So those are all the tips that I have to correct your muscle imbalances. If you have any questions on this specifically, please let me know, but just know that this is totally normal, but then also know that it is totally fixable, right? By especially following the symmetry training technique, you can definitely make sure that your weaker side catches up to your stronger side in no time. So I'll let you guys go. Any questions for me, please let me know, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Now, if you want to be around a community of like-minded people just like yourself who will educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to absolutely demolish your health and fitness goals, come join the Barbarian squad down below. I guarantee you, you will not regret it one single bit, and I'll see you inside.